Hey guys, welcome back to the Try Time Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Callum.
And I'm Matt.
And today we are back with the sixth and final instalment of the who we think is going to be the 12th team in Super League. We're giving sort of a fact file for each team, saying the facts and our opinions on them. We've done the other six. We've done Bradford, London, Toulouse, York, Featherstone, and we're on to the Leigh Centurions with the sixth and final episode. So if you want to check these out, they are in the link to the playlist is down below, and you can find them on the channel, and you can subscribe as well whilst you're there, because why not? We have sort of 5 criteria that we are speaking about. So we'll start off with the academy. There's no official academy in the system at York, but they have a strong partnership with Leigh.
You mean at Leigh?
At York, at Leigh. It's been a long night. It's late. We're recording this late. I've had a long day.
It's
I'm
not.
getting
It's
up early.
half 12 in the morning. It's very early.
Technically, yes. They have a strong partnership with Leigh College, and they seem to use the college team as like a pathway for young talent. So it's not in the elite sort of academy system, but it's something there.
I don't think that's going to count in the same sense that we just discussed Toulouse as feeder club.
Oh no, definitely not. I just thought it's something there. It's not like there's nothing there for the youth talent coming through. But that's something Leigh have been criticised at for a while now.
Yeah, it's probably the worst one in all this. I mean, I think Featherstone's academy of basically picking off scraps from Castleford and Leeds is a better strategy even.
Fair enough. But yeah, I think there's not much to say on academy. Obviously, there isn't an official one there. So fan base, I think it's a very strong and very loud fan base. Always travelled well, and it's got one at largest attendances in Championship generally. So I don't think that's going to count against them.
It's a good fan base. My only concern on this, and actually, I mean, I didn't raise this in the Featherstone video because of how long it got, but it also applies to them. Is there much scope to actually grow that fan base? Because there's a hell of a lot of teams based around that area. And by no means should this go against Leigh in terms of deciding, because they can't help where they're based and who else is around them. But if we're talking long-term ambition, you know, you're up against big cities in terms of London, Toulouse, York even. And little old Leigh's not got a huge population comparatively. Although equally, on the flip side to that also means no competition with other direct town sports teams. So true. There is a flip side to that. We're just trying to present a balanced point here. So
yeah, definitely. I definitely don't think it's going to be something that counts against them. We'll go on to the ground now, which I think is a very good ground. Obviously, the Leigh Sports Village.
Brilliant.
Very good ground. Definitely wouldn't look out of place in Super League, as it didn't back when there wasn't
Leig's
Super League.
2 stints in the top flight. So.
No. And it's better than half at Super League ground. So I definitely think this is a big tick in this box.
Yeah, I don't think
there's much else to add really to it. I just think.
No, I don't think it's particularly better than some of the others, notably Yorks or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if we're just doing it in terms of who ticks the box, then yes, Leigh are not going to miss out or be to struggle on this.
In terms of recent performance, we'll go on to next, and I think it's not necessarily reached the heights it once they was relegated. They haven't sort of bounced straight back up as potentially expected. Obviously, the Championship has got a lot better since they was in there before they got promoted. But they still stayed a solid playoff team, and obviously what counts to them is they have recently been in Super League as well. That is also
I don't necessarily think. I don't know. Leigh played their best rugby, as weirdly as it sounds, under Paul Rowley's little band of thug boys, which I'm surprised Joe Tompkins and his love for back passages didn't make it into that team, to be honest with you. But that, I think since then they've kind of struggled to have a bit of an identity, and that's held them back in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
They've done well with the resources that they've got, but I do still think they're slightly underachieved.
Yeah, I can definitely see. I definitely agree with you since they came down. I mean, they finished 4th in the 2019 season, so.
Which I'm sorry.
And obviously.
I mean, no disrespect to York, they lost to a team that had just been promoted.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, York did fantastically well, but with the experience, and you know, Leigh are not short of finances compared to other clubs in that division. they're not scraping down the back of the couch to pay the players. Mind you, we didn't say that about Toronto, and look at them. But
yeah, true. That is very true. So yeah, that's a recent performance, which is obviously it's not the worst here, but it's definitely not the best. In terms of the current squad, I think it's a very strong squad. Would obviously need work for Super League, but it's the same as other teams. It probably wouldn't need as much as some other teams. Yeah, I think
they only played 4 games, but I think they did win them all.
Yeah, if not, they played well in them. Good performances.
It shows the squad's round about the upper end of the championship, if nothing more.
As I think we've said about all 6 of these teams, this would probably be the top 6 in the championship if we was to play out the championship next season, or if we would have done this season.
I mean, I don't know. York's had a slow start, which kind of puts me off. Anyway, we're not here to discuss hypothetical.
No, definitely not.
But they've made some interesting signings already for next year. Most notably Ryan Brayley returning, who's never really kicked on in Super League, but he has experience there, particularly with Huddersfield and of course Hull KR. They've also picked up Jamie Ellis, which is a very, again,
experienced signing though, really, when you think about it.
This to me is a side that's building to either be okay competitive but unspectacular in Super League, or they're building a team that if they do miss out, they're definitely looking to get up the next time round.
Yeah, definitely. They're building a champion squad. Yeah, they definitely don't need as much improvement as some of the other teams. 100%.
No, definitely.
I think this is a tick in the box in terms of the squad. I think it's good.
Good
sort of building, good model. Honestly, I just think it's definitely got to go for the club. It's really hard to rank these though, which is what we are going to move on to. We have ranked them all in order, and this is the last club, and it's where we fit them in our personal rankings. I'm going to let you go first, Matt.
This is going to go against everything I've just said, but I think Leigh have only the 5th strongest case to be in the Super League. I don't think the recent performances are particularly special. I think, to be honest, I think that only beats York and Bradford. I think I'm going to largely ignore current squad because I think they're all in the same boat. They've got some quality, but they need to add to it. The stadium, yes, it is a great ground, great facilities, but I won't say, again, other than the whole issue of where will Bradford actually play if they do get to Super League, I don't see anyone here that has anything that drastically needs work. And ultimately, that's what it comes down to for me, how they've done recent performance and what the club vision is going forward. Well, again, there's not really a club that's got a bad vision in terms of what they want to do in Super League. So for that reason, I don't think Leigh have a bad proposal, but I don't see anything in there that puts them ahead of Toulouse or London.
Yeah, so they're going 5th on your list, yeah?
They're going 5th.
On mine, they are going also 5th. I know ours is obviously a different order. It is on the screen at the minute anyway for you. You can all see how we have ranked it.
How have you got Bradford in 4th?
I've got Bradford in 4th solely on the fact that
you support them.
I believe that one of the biggest things in this, which I think we haven't even, which the 2 teams below Bradford in my list don't have, is an academy. And I think that is one of the biggest things that has been. I think the academy and the foundation in terms of the academy and the club, they've got a 16s, they've got a 19s. Do you know what I mean? That sort of foundation there. There's obviously, I am a Bradford fan, so you're going to say I'm biased. But end of the day, I could have put the team first. I've put them 4th. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a fair reason to put them ahead. And I mean, if we're doing this based on who's likely to get it, end of the day, Bradford Bulls win name. We all know how much the RFL will get. All sparkly-eyed and fluttery hearts at the thought of someone that might actually, have an interesting name behind them. Like, ooh, this team's from Canada. Ooh, Challenge Cup. This team's from Serbia. Let's put them in just for the fun.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, what's the new one? Is it Valencia Hurricanes or something daft?
I believe it is along them lines, definitely.
When are they meant to join? Isn't that in the next year or so as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, Ottawa have pulled out of joining next year, haven't they? But that's for a separate.
But
we'll be doing a full big podcast episode on all the ongoings and what's going on in
now
Rugby
we've ranked
League.
them just quickly because this is probably the shortest of the lot. Does this mean we're going to have someone coming up from League One? Are we going to have to do the same videos again, but for League One clubs?
But for all League One teams? Oh.
Well,
no, they have said that the Championship will be 13-team competition. Because obviously the Championship does already have 14 teams anyway.
Poor decision.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry, Newcastle have the business plan, but they, to be fair...
Newcastle or Hunslet both have cases, though.
Hunslet's a ground problem more than anything. But...
Yeah.
But
on performance,
Hunslet
would get
performance element in the criteria, I would quite happily sit here and argue that Newcastle have one of the strongest cases to be in Super League, let alone the second tier.
Yeah. Obviously, the squad and stuff like that. If you take that out of it, yeah.
I think the RFL should have gone on a whim and said, you know what, we are still interested in expansion. We're just going to focus our efforts closer to home with everything going on globally. And we're going to bring Newcastle into the next tier. That would be my decision, but whatever.
I just wish they made it I wish they just made a 20-team Super League. Added all the 6 teams we've done videos on. Added your Newcastles. Added your Halifax, Widnes. Let them all in. Added Sheffield.
I'm pretty sure I said something very similar, actually, in terms of, can we not have 2 teams of 20? There is enough teams at the top end of amateur that, like your Underbanks, for example, that would quite gladly make the step up to League One, I think.
Yeah,
put a clear
change the whole league system
in terms of what gets you into that second tier and the amateur divisions, and let's do it properly. Let's have 20 teams in each league, 2 up, 2 down, perhaps maybe 3 if you're feeling ambitious, but that perhaps might be too many. I don't know.
I think we need to do a full podcast on this subject and what we would do and what teams we would have where.
How we would
look out for that.
The English Rugby League system. That can be one of our pre-season podcasts, which hopefully we will be able to film actually in person.
Yeah, hopefully.
2nd of December, but let's not bank too much on
Anyway, we're dragging this one on now anyway, so thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and check out the other videos. Yep, 100%. Thanks for watching. See you later.
Until
Bye.
next time.